It was a freezing night, the kind of night when even the warm glow of streetlights couldn't fight the cold biting into empty stomachs. Inside a small roadside diner, Emma, a waitress with tired eyes but a kind smile, was wiping down tables when she noticed 4 little girls huddled outside the glass door. Their clothes were thin, their faces pale, and their eyes, those innocent, trembling eyes, were filled with hunger. Emma's heart clenched. She walked outside, bent down, and asked softly, "Are you girls hungry?" One of them, barely 7, nodded but lowered her eyes as if ashamed. Emma didn't think twice. She brought them inside, sat them at a booth, and served them warm soup and bread. The girls ate like they hadn't eaten in days. Emma thought it would be just one meal, a small act of kindness, but that night became the beginning of a bond that would change all their lives forever. The girls, Lily, Rose, Anna, and Sophie, were orphans. Their parents had died in a tragic accident, and they had been living in a rundown orphanage. The place often ran out of food, and the children were left to fend for themselves. Emma, though struggling to pay her own rent and bills, couldn't bear the thought of these little ones going hungry. So every night after her shift, she would save her tips, cook extra portions at the diner, and secretly bring food to the orphanage. Days turned into months, months into years. Emma became more than just a waitress to the girls. She was their protector, their guardian angel. She taught them manners at the table, encouraged them to study, and reminded them every day that they mattered. But Emma herself wasn't living an easy life. She often skipped her own meals, worked double shifts, and ignored her own dreams of becoming a teacher so that she could continue supporting them. At times, her landlord threatened eviction because Emma couldn't pay rent on time. Friends told her she was wasting her life on children that weren't even hers, but Emma's heart never wavered. She would say, "If kindness costs me my comfort, then let it cost me. No child deserves to go hungry." 10 years passed. The girls grew into young women, bright and full of promise. Lily, the eldest, dreamed of becoming a doctor. Rose wanted to study law, Anna was gifted in art, and Sophie loved music. Every achievement they reached, whether a good grade or a scholarship, was because Emma had planted seeds of hope in them when no one else cared. But when the girls turned 18, the orphanage rules forced them out. They had to step into the world on their own. With teary hugs, they promised Emma they would never forget her. Emma was left alone again, her diner job still the same, her life unchanged, except for the love she carried in her heart for the children she had fed for a decade. 12 years later, on another cold evening, Emma sat in her small rented house. The years of hard work had taken a toll on her health. She coughed often, and her hands trembled from exhaustion. She sometimes wondered if her sacrifices had made any real difference or if the world had forgotten both her and the girls. That's when headlights cut through the dark. A sleek black SUV pulled up in front of her house. Emma thought it was a mistake. No one important ever came down her street. But then, the door opened, and 4 elegant women stepped out. Emma's breath caught in her chest. They were her girls, now grown, successful, and radiant. Lily rushed forward, tears streaming down her face, and hugged Emma tightly. "We found you," she whispered. Rose held Emma's hand, Anna showed her a sketchbook filled with drawings Emma had inspired, and Sophie promised she'd written a song just for her. The SUV wasn't empty. It was filled with gifts, boxes of groceries, and something Emma never expected, legal documents. Lily explained, "We bought you a house, Mama Emma. You'll never have to worry about rent again." Rose added, "And we've arranged for your medical care." Anna and Sophie nodded. "We owe you everything. Today is the day we give you back even a fraction of what you gave us." Emma broke down in tears, overwhelmed. She had given her youth, her strength, and her dreams to 4 hungry little girls at a diner table. Now those same girls stood before her, successful and grateful, proving that kindness never disappears, it always finds its way back. That night, as they all sat around Emma's table sharing laughter, she realized something profound. Love is never wasted. Sacrifice never goes unnoticed. And sometimes, the smallest act of kindness, a warm meal on a cold night, can echo across a lifetime, changing destinies forever. And so, Emma's story reminds us, when you choose kindness, you plant seeds that one day bloom into miracles.